You sit down to study English. You open the page, and then nothing happens. Your brain just doesn't want to cooperate.
This happens to almost everyone. And today, we have 10 simple ways to change that.
Welcome to Quiet English Conversation. I'm Simon, and I'm here with Zia. Today we talk about the brain, specifically how to trick it into learning English.
And I love this topic because, honestly, my brain doesn't always want to learn. Sometimes it just wants to relax and do nothing.
Same for me. I think this is very human and very normal.
Right.
You are not lazy. Your brain is just protecting you from effort.
That's a nice way to think about it. So today, we will talk about simple, practical ways to make your brain cooperate. No stress, no complicated methods.
Let's start with a question. Zia, do you remember a time when you really didn't want to study something, but then you started and it was okay?
Yes, actually. I remember when I was learning to cook, I always felt tired before I started. But once I picked up the knife and started cutting vegetables, I was fine.
That's a perfect example. The hardest part is starting. Once you begin, the brain switches into doing mode.
Exactly. There's actually a name for this in psychology. It's called the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain feels more comfortable finishing something than starting it.
So the trick is just start, even for 1 minute, even badly.
Right. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment doesn't exist, especially for language learning.
Okay, so let's talk about the first big problem. Many people think, I need to feel motivated first, and then I will study.
But this is actually backwards.
Right.
Research shows that action comes first and motivation follows. You don't wait to feel ready, you act, and then you feel ready.
This changed everything for me when I understood it. I stopped waiting to feel motivated. I just opened my notebook and started.
And suddenly, after 5 minutes, you were actually interested. Your brain got pulled in.
Yes, it's like pushing a heavy car. At first it's very hard, but once the car is moving, it goes much easier.
I love that image. The brain is like a heavy car. It doesn't want to move at first, but once it's going, it enjoys the ride.
So, practical tip number 1, lower the starting point. Don't say, I will study for 1 hour. Say, I will study for 2 minutes.
2 minutes sounds almost funny, but it works. Your brain doesn't feel threatened by 2 minutes.
And here is the secret. After 2 minutes, you almost never stop. You just continue.
Because by then, the car is already moving. The brain is already engaged.
I actually use this myself. When I don't want to do anything, I say, just open the page. That's it. Just open it.
And once the page is open, something happens. You read one sentence, then another, and suddenly 10 minutes have passed.
And a little later, we'll talk about something that surprised even us. Why mistakes are actually your fastest path to fluency. But first, trick 2. Okay, let's talk about the second big trick. This one is about identity.
Ooh, identity. This sounds deep.
It is a little deep, but also very practical. Here is the idea. Instead of saying, I want to learn English, say, I'm an English speaker.
That feels a little strange at first. Like, I'm not fluent yet. Can I really say that?
Yes, because identity drives behavior. If you believe you are an English speaker, even a beginner one, you make different choices.
Like choosing to watch a video in English instead of your native language, or trying to think in English while you walk.
Exactly. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to see yourself as someone who uses English. That shift in thinking is powerful.
I think this also helps with confidence. When you say, I am learning English, it sounds temporary. When you say, I speak English, it sounds like who you are.
Right. And language is part of identity anyway. When you learn a new language, you are building a new part of yourself.
That's actually beautiful. Okay, I want to talk about something more practical now, the environment, because I think your environment is more powerful than your willpower.
Oh, I completely agree. Willpower is overrated. We think we need more discipline, more motivation, but actually we need a better environment.
For example, if you want to read in English every morning, put the book on your pillow the night before. You will see it when you wake up.
If it's not visible, you will forget. If it's right there, you will probably do it. The brain responds to what it sees.
Another example, change your phone to English. You see English words 50 times a day without even trying.
That one is really powerful, and it's free, and it takes 30 seconds to do.
Small changes in environment create big changes in behavior. That's the whole idea. This next part is important because it's the reason most people quit. Not laziness, not lack of time, something else entirely.
Let's talk about the enemy now. The biggest enemy of language learning.
Ooh, what is it?
Boredom. When studying feels boring, the brain runs away. It looks for something more exciting. Social media, food, sleep.
So the solution is to make English interesting, which sounds obvious, but most people don't do it.
They study grammar rules they don't need. They read texts about topics they don't care about. And then they wonder why they quit.
The solution is simple. Only study English through things you actually enjoy. If you love cooking, watch cooking videos in English.
If you love crime stories, read crime books in English. If you love football, follow football news in English.
Your brain doesn't care about studying. It cares about pleasure and reward. Give it content it loves in English.
And here's the beautiful thing. You stop thinking about learning English. You just enjoy the content, and the language enters your brain naturally.
It's like hiding vegetables in a delicious meal. The brain gets the nutrition without noticing.
Perfect metaphor. Okay, let's talk about another trick, making English social.
Yes, because humans are social animals. We are motivated by other people. Studying alone in silence can feel very lonely and hard.
So find one person, just one, who is also learning English. Message them in English. Send voice messages in English.
Even if both of you make mistakes, that's fine. Actually, that's better. You both understand the struggle.
There's no pressure, no native speaker judging you, just two humans trying their best.
And when you know someone is waiting for your message, you practice. Accountability is very powerful.
You can also join an online community. There are many groups on Reddit, Discord, even Instagram, full of people learning English together.
Knowing you are not alone makes a huge difference. Language learning can feel very isolating. Community breaks that feeling.
Okay, I want to talk about something that I think is very underrated, talking to yourself.
People might think you're a little crazy.
Maybe, but it works. When you talk to yourself in English, describing what you're doing, thinking out loud, you practice without any pressure.
For example, you're making coffee. You say, I'm making coffee. I need to boil the water first. I like my coffee with a little milk.
Nobody hears you, nobody judges you, but your brain is producing English, and that's exactly what you need.
It also shows you exactly what you don't know. Suddenly, you want to say something, and you don't have the word. That's a signal. Go look it up.
Yes, that gap, that moment when you want to say something and can't, that's the most powerful learning moment.
Because now the word has context. It has emotion. You needed it. So when you learn it, you remember it.
Much better than memorizing a list of 50 random words you don't need.
Okay, let's talk about consistency versus intensity, because I think many people misunderstand this.
Yes, many learners think, I will study for 5 hours on Saturday, and they feel very good about that plan.
But then Saturday comes, life happens, and they study for 30 minutes, and they feel like a failure.
Instead, try this. 15 minutes every single day. That's it. 15 minutes, no exceptions.
15 minutes every day for 1 year is more than 90 hours of English. That's enormous.
5 hours once a week for 1 year is also a lot, but the daily habit builds something extra. Momentum.
Your brain starts to expect it. It becomes part of your identity. You become someone who does English every day.
And missing 1 day feels wrong, which is the opposite of how most learners feel. For them, doing English feels like the exception.
We want to flip that feeling. Doing English should feel normal. Missing it should feel strange.
Let's talk about rewards, because the brain loves rewards. It runs on dopamine.
Every time you do something difficult and reward yourself, your brain remembers. It associates that action with pleasure.
So after your 15 minutes of English, do something you enjoy. A cup of tea, a small piece of chocolate, 5 minutes of your favorite show.
It sounds childish, but it's neuroscience. You are literally training your brain to like English.
Over time, the reward becomes the learning itself, the curiosity, the progress. That becomes the pleasure.
But in the beginning, external rewards help a lot. Don't be ashamed of that.
Okay, I want to ask you something personal, Zia. What is one thing you do that really helps you stay consistent with language learning?
Good question. For me, it's a very simple habit. Every morning, before I check my phone, I read 3 sentences in English. Just 3.
3 sentences, that's so small.
Exactly. It takes maybe 30 seconds, but it means I started my day with English, and that feels good.
And once you've started, it's easier to continue later in the day.
Yes, it sets the tone. I think of it as planting a small seed every morning.
I love that. My habit is different. I listen to something in English while I walk, even 5 minutes outside with headphones.
So English is attached to something you already do, walking. You don't need extra time or extra effort.
Exactly. That's the key principle. Attach English to habits you already have. Morning coffee, commute, exercise, cooking.
Don't add English to your schedule. Blend it into your existing life.
Okay. And this next section is probably the most important one for adult learners. It's about something that stops people for years. Let's talk about the fear of making mistakes, because I think this is one of the biggest blockers for adult learners.
Oh, yes. Adults are very afraid of looking stupid. Children don't care. They just speak, make mistakes, and laugh.
But adults think, what if I say the wrong word? What if my grammar is bad? What if people judge me?
And this fear is so paralyzing that many people just never speak. They study for years and never open their mouth.
Here is the truth. Nobody cares about your mistakes as much as you do. Most people are just happy you're trying.
Native speakers especially. When someone speaks English as a second language, native speakers usually feel admiration, not judgment.
And even if someone does judge you, so what? You are learning. Mistakes are proof that you are doing the work.
I actually think mistakes are the fastest path to learning. When you make a mistake and someone corrects you, you never forget that correction.
It goes deep into your memory because there was emotion involved, maybe embarrassment, maybe surprise. Emotion helps memory.
So embrace the mistakes. Collect them like trophies. Each mistake means you tried, and trying is everything.
Okay, let's do a quick summary of all our tricks before we finish.
Yes, let's bring it all together for everyone listening.
Trick 1. Lower the starting point. 2 minutes, not 1 hour. Just open the page.
Trick 2. Change your identity. Say, I am an English speaker, not I want to learn English.
Trick 3. Design your environment. Put the book on the pillow. Change your phone to English.
Trick 4. Make it interesting. Only use English through content you actually love.
Trick 5. Make it social. Find one person to practice with. Join a community.
Trick 6. Talk to yourself. Describe your day in English. Find the gaps in your knowledge.
Trick 7. 15 minutes every day. Consistency beats intensity every time.
Trick 8. Use rewards. Train your brain to connect English with pleasure.
Trick 9. Attach English to existing habits. Don't add time. Blend it into your life.
And trick 10. Embrace mistakes. They are not failures. They are evidence that you are learning.
That's 10 tricks for your brain. And the beautiful thing is, you don't need all 10. Start with 1.
Just 1. Pick the one that felt most true to you. Try it this week.
And tell us, which trick do you want to try? Write it in the comments. We read every single one.
And if you have your workbook from this episode, now is a great time to open it. There are exercises to help you practice everything we talked about today.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. We really appreciate your time and your trust.
Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Small steps every day.
And if this episode was useful, subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more learners, just like you.
In our next episode, we talk about vocabulary, specifically why most people learn words the wrong way and what actually works. You'll want to hear this one.
Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you there.
Keep going. Your brain can do this. We believe in you.